Big Gold Belt Wrestling Podcast. We're back with another special edition of the Big Gold Belt Podcast.
If storylines have not made sense from WrestleMania to now,
It's been the best told story leading into this on WWE.
this pay-per-view, it feels big, it feels important, but ultimately it's
It's the biggest thing that stood out for me when I seen it. Like, okay, this has to be a joke.
Right?
Okay, we're live. We're recording live on Google Hangout and YouTube. So if you saw the links on Twitter, on Facebook, please join in. There's a Q&A that you can participate in. This is the Big Gold Belt Wrestling Podcast. We're going to be kind of breaking down the draft as it occurs tonight on Tuesday on the first edition of SmackDown Live on the USA Network. This is Aaron here. Broadcasting live with Mr. Two Chains, who set this all up for us. So thank you, Two Chains. This is a new venture for our little podcast.
Indeed, this is exciting. I'm very, very monumental night. Haven't had a draft in a long time, but this is on a whole nother level tonight. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, I think the last version of this that we would have had, they did draft lottery things all the way up to like 2010 or even 2011, I want to say, where like they would wrestle, the two brands would wrestle, and whoever won, they would get to steal someone randomly from the other brand. So we also have Mr. Dwayne in the house. Hi, Dwayne.
Hello. I'm just trying to figure out some stuff.
That's deep, brother.
It's really not.
No, I understand. Yeah, so we'll be. I might be muting my mic during integral parts where I need to turn the volume up and listen to what's happening on the television. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of break things down here. We do have one viewer already, so hello, whoever. Oh, two viewers. So whoever's watching this, feel free to type in some comments or questions if you're watching on Google Hangout on the right side. We'd be happy to include you. Be part of the discussion. This is going to be really fun, and clearly our second screen experience is going to be far superior to the WWE Network. So, I'm going to step away for 1 second. Why don't you guys just continue the discussion? I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for tonight.
It's happening. This is going to be our most improv yet. I don't know.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, look. I'm excited for one thing and one thing only. And I have one question for everyone who's watching right now.
Oh boy.
Where do you think Roman Reigns is going to be drafted?
Raw.
All I'm saying is, if this was a football player and there's been some off the field, he dropped it to the last pick.
You know what? You remember that dude? I think it was the football draft, and there's some very unfortunate photos of him wearing a gas mask leading down like that night before the draft.
Oh, and the Dolphins draft him. That's right.
Yeah, which is a perfect place for him to go. That's me speaking as a Patriots fan. I want to throw this out there. This is my unique perspective on the draft tonight. So I got an email today about 10 in the morning. I live fairly close to Seth Rollins' neck of the woods, the Quad Cities area where Seth Rollins is from, Davenport, Iowa. And there's going to be a house show. We just had a house show about 4 weeks before Mania that I attended. So I went to house show, and I did 3 wrestling shows in Dallas with you guys. But we're having a returning house show on Friday, September 23rd, and they do have advertised stars. And this, to me, appears to be, they've only listed a few people, but it appears to be what will likely be Raw, in my opinion. Let me tell you who they're advertising. Roman Reigns is top billed, and then Seth Rollins, The New Day, Natty, and Becky Lynch. And that's who they've advertised. I can't see a situation where Roman and Seth both end up on SmackDown. So I think we're going to be getting the Raw tour here. So I'm looking very much forward to seeing who ends up on Raw. Cough, cough, Finn Balor. Hopefully that works out.
You know what? the more and more I think about it, the more they're trying to push this new era, especially with SmackDown. I won't be surprised if Finn Balor ends up on SmackDown.
I wouldn't. I mean, that's where I projected him to go as well. It's just more wishful thinking on my part. I hope. I just hope some cool NXT people end up on that tour if that's the one we are getting. Because I'm buying my tickets on the pre-sale tomorrow.
I'm watching. I'm looking at Twitter right now, and I'm seeing that they're saying for the announcers tonight that Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, Jerry Lawler, and Mauro are all going to be announcing together from the booth.
Yeah, and it sounds like some announcers might be changing brands from what was hinted at by Joey Styles on Twitter.
Corey Graves.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That's going to be good. Of course, our good buddy Jamal just texted me. He said we're working on about a 25-second delay, so I guess you can see that based on what's happening on my TV, but
That's all right. I
All
mean,
right.
it'll be funny because the people that are tuned in will see what happened, and then they'll see our delayed reaction, and it will be amusing.
all right, seems like we got our first question over here.
Oh, what's up? I'm tweeting again. I'm gonna be on Twitter a lot during this, by the way. The question is, since it's Joe versus Nakamura at Takeover Brooklyn, do you think Nakamura will get drafted?
I said that last night. Nope. He will be that was, your question is who will be the surprise person that everybody expects to get drafted that month, and that is my person. I don't. I think they got to finish out their bookings that's already been announced. Unless, they do one of those deals where they say we have the rights to this person, but,
it would make it feel like a real sport if they did that.
Yeah. Those American Alpha shirts. Oh yeah. So anyway, tonight I'm going to represent the SmackDown brand.
I'll rep Raw.
I'm looking forward to seeing something exciting on Tuesday nights as far as wrestling. So,
And I'm just repping all the random picks.
Okay.
We wouldn't expect anything less, D-Wayne.
So in other words, we kind of been hitting that. We're trying to tell you guys that what's going to happen is that we've been doing mock drafts from the perspective of being GMs, but tonight we're going to look at it in regards to being just straight up fans. So we're going to, of course, watch it as viewers, but at the same time we're going to look at it to see, like, do we agree? Do we like the picks that's been made, and go on from there? To give everybody ample mic time. Again, I'll be representing the SmackDown brand. Aaron will represent the Raw brand, and I guess Dwayne is going to be representing Todd Mache.
Yeah, I get to go wherever I want.
So you make sure you queue up those highlight videos every time a draft gets picked, okay? This guy is nuts.
Oh my gosh.
He just started records in his college career.
Can I just say on the Nakamura thing again real quick before we start?
You can actually...
How do you draft American Alpha over Nakamura, as awesome as they are? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess
it's not realistic.
It is realistic if I think they just have a plan for Nakamura, and they're not ready for him yet, because they think, honestly, I feel like it's too much talent right now that could be in a main event scene on both shows for him to come up right now.
Okay, I see how it works now. So when somebody posts a question, you click over there, and then it says currently answering. So yes, we just answer that question.
Oh.
And yeah, hit that. Got it. Questions, answer question. Cool. Okay. Yeah, but we did answer that question. I did address the question again. I don't think because of the booking moving forward that even without the booking, I don't think Nakamura needs to officially be drafted, because he has to set the precedent for all foreign talent. So I think he needs to stay in the eye of that. I disagree with whoever just said it. It would be crazy not to draft him, but again, I think logic says to keep him on NXT to help other foreign talent, and because he's also going to do a title run. I think it makes sense to give Nakamura the NXT title because he's had championships all over, and it just makes that belt look better to know somebody such as him to have worn that belt. So.
All right. We're live. Here's the first pick coming up. After the first picks are done, I'm going to cut we're recording live for a future podcast episode.
Right.
And after these picks are made, I'm going to cut the feed, and I'm going to jet out for a second and come back.
Okay.
Stephanie's Raw dress, by the way.
Is that a jersey dress? Is that what we call those?
I don't know. It's tight. Whatever it is.
All right.
We're all here for one reason and one reason only, and that is the draft.
All right.
Since Monday Night Raw is the 3 hour.
Again, congratulations to Mick Foley getting this role. Like, and for the WWE to not have let this got leaked out. There goes the obvious number one pick.
So it's clear we're getting the Raw tour here for the house show in Moline in September now that Seth Rollins is on it, because that's his hometown. All right, so we can assume Dean's going to SmackDown here, correct?
We can't really assume, but maybe. We'll see.
Why was that pick so predictable?
CrossFit Jesus.
And now, for SmackDown Live, our first pick.
Ambrose.
Hey, Aaron, I think you're like 5 seconds in front of me.
Yeah, I picked Dean. So that's chalk. That's what I picked so far.
Okay. Now, again, for all who hasn't been watching social media today, Dean Ambrose was rewarded back the title because they determined that the conclusion of the match last night was actually a draw, and that was determined off air.
Hey, 2 James, you're gonna probably need to move your screen
What you mean?
because you're broadcasting Raw right now.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Give me a second. Let me give myself a
Wow, Charlotte went number 2 to Raw.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, Aaron, you're just a little bit in front of me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised she went this high.
All right. Is that better?
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you, Jamal.
Josh in here?
Remember, you're a little bit in front of me, so don't spoil it.
I won't.
The WWE's better not
Change
come over.
sweats all the time.
Oh, no question.
No.
Wow.
Right. Hey, but you know what, though?
I'm wearing his T-shirt
This
right
pick.
now.
I love this pick.
I do too.
I love this pick.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that brand is solidified. You definitely take the champion, and then you take the hottest star right now. And then I do like the Raw pick too because you solidify with the champion, and you know she's all pro the Divas Revolution, so it makes sense.
Ooh, NXT pick coming up.
Finn Balor.
You have to think so, right?
No, dog, Bailey. Don't spoil it, Aaron. Almost.
I won't.
Oh!
So predictable.
They got the gloves off.
Wow, this is fun.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that. They're now on the same show. Wow.
Wait, Cena's coming out now. Cena's like, how come I didn't get picked yet? I've been squashing these dudes for years. All right, I'm going to cut the recording for now, and I'm going to duck out. I'll be back, okay?
D-Wade,
What?
go ahead. Well, you called it. It happened.
Yeah, and I wasn't surprised. The first few picks have actually been very, very predictable so far.
You think? I mean,
Yeah.
we've been going at it with the Shield as the top 3 pick, and then John Cena being somewhere around the 4th or the 5th.
Yeah, well, the pick that surprised me was Charlotte so early. But I'm not surprised that Finn Balor's picked early. Again, I would love to see him on SmackDown a little bit more than Raw, but I can see why they put him on Raw. I feel like, and here's my thing: why I felt that Finn Balor should be on SmackDown is because I feel like they represent the new era a little bit more than Raw.
Wow, he came out with the SmackDown shirt. This guy. Do you think there's a method to the madness with AJ and Finn Balor not being on the same show?
Yes, I think they're gonna try to keep them apart as long as they possibly can.
What, does this make an argument to split the club right now?
Yes, it does. It does make an argument to split the club, but I mean, of course, the club is going to consist of. It's going to end up being the Balor Club if they go on Raw, or it can be the club on SmackDown. Personally, I rather, and I think you'll probably rather see the club on SmackDown because I think they want to make Finn Balor by himself right now.
Well, it's been quite obvious that he was going to get drafted in the sense since he hasn't been
Oh, of course.
of the live recordings,
Yeah.
the live NXT tapings thus far. But I'm very surprised he went there early. Now, I mean, let's think. Who's still on the board? You pick Finn Balor over John Cena over Roman Reigns?
I mean, it's like I said, I'm not surprised that Finn Balor went this early. The person I'm surprised that went early was Charlotte.
I'm not surprised there. She's legitimately a champion,
She's legitimately a champion, but I didn't think they was gonna. And I hate to sound so sexist right now. I didn't think they was gonna pick a women's champion right now. The women's champ right now, honestly.
Are you more surprised that your girl Sasha Banks hasn't been drafted yet?
No, I'm not surprised by that.
Did you? I'm very more surprised that it didn't go eye for eye, where it's just like,
yeah,
woman,
But I think that
Mick, really?
I think that the picks so far are good. I think that it lays the foundation. I mean, I would love to see Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins matches. I would love to see Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. The thing is, and the thing I hate to say this is the simple fact that Raw is still 3 hours. I think that's going to be the issue right there. No matter how many superstars that you have, at the end of the day, it just depends on creative. And if creative can't do nothing in 3 hours right now, then what makes you think they're going to? If they can't do nothing for 3 hours right now and they have everybody.
To answer this question right now, there are matches right now. We are watching the club. Well, we're looking at the club versus Cena and Enzo and Cass. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure at first as well, but they announced matches like right before on the pre-show. So yeah, we're gonna get some wrestling, which we're having right now. Now this is interesting that they're running a commercial while they're also showing SmackDown will put picture in picture. That's a first.
So I'm wondering, is this the way SmackDown can be run every week?
I don't know. I don't know. Commercials pay bills, but for 2 hours be better because with commercials that cut out about 30 minutes of showtime. But
Oh
to,
yeah.
to answer you as well, Raw is going to be 2 hours of Raw and maybe an hour of the cruiserweights. Maybe that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and I think that's the reason why the Raw needs to have something to the sales. I think that's a great way to have something to the sales was to introduce the cruiserweight. So it's just again, I'm interested to see what cruiserweights are we going to get. Is are we going to hear that someone like Cedric Alexander is going to sign with WWE officially? Are we going to hear something like that,
Well,
or is
they mentioned them on Raw yesterday, which was
yeah,
crazy.
which kind of hinted off.
But I don't know. Nonetheless, like we asked somebody on Twitter. Nonetheless, now it just kind of seem like legitimately, if people already have contracts, what's the point of them actually winning? Because I thought the reward actually maybe was to win, to be granted a contract to WWE. But now I'm kind of feeling like, well, maybe the person that wins doesn't get the contract, but does get to be able to defend their trophy or their maybe a belt is made here for them to defend um, on the indie circuit, which is cool to say.
Now,
This is representation of them winning this, but it's taken all over the place. Even if it's a trophy, it's cool. You treat it like the Andre the Giant Memorial, where you can say like, this is the winner of it. It doesn't. You can't beat the person for it, but you can say like, I am the one that accomplished this. Yeah.
the interesting thing to me right now is that I think that it is going to be a belt for the cruiserweight division. I do think that, but I also think that it just kind of makes it obvious that the Intercontinental title might be on SmackDown.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe the Intercontinental and the US, but they have to. I think they need to bring a belt back, which will obviously be the cruiserweight. But at the same time, um, if they do bring a belt back that is on Raw, then the Cruiserweight Classic does need to stay just a trophy, not two
Hmm.
or not one belt that's all over the place, not on the show every week.
I don't know. That's why I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to be. Because this right now, like I said, the first 5 picks so far, not surprising. Again, I'm not. One thing I would realize that I'm not surprised Roman Reigns didn't draft because of his situation. Um, John Cena, on the other hand, kind of surprised, but not that surprised as well. Um, because I always believed that Finn Balor was going to be a top pick. Um, but like I said, the one that surprised me was Charlotte, this early at least. Um, do I expect her to be the first woman? Did I before that? Yes, I did expect it, but it's kind of surprising that this early when you have so much talent on the board. Like for instance, you still have Kevin, you still have John Cena, you still have quite a few pieces to really dig in.
You know,
And
in perspective of how the NFL draft is, but that's kind of like what your Cowboys did. I took Ezekiel Elliott really early, and it's safe to say that there was a lot of other talent out there for a running back to go that early when running backs have not traditionally went in the first round in the last few years.
all right,
So
so
in
here,
other words,
so here's my thing, and that with that in regards to that, I actually kind of compared that the Finn Balor pick to the Cowboys pick only because it's a very sexy pick. You know that you're going to get a potential game changer with it. Um, but you wouldn't be surprised if he was drafted earlier than that. I think that this Charlotte pick is more of a back in 2006 when Mario Williams went over Reggie Bush in the NFL draft. That kind of shook me off guard. I think that's what the Charlotte pick was.
Yep. But again, I like the pick. She's a champion. She has been a fighting champion for a long time. She's been healthy. So a lot of reasons why I think it's a good pick. Nonetheless, you do have your top woman wrestler on your brand, and for Stephanie, I think that's a good look as far as her. Was the one to promote the Divas Revolution. So to bring the champion, I think it's a good pick.
Now it's kind of interesting to see where the WWE Championship belt is going to go.
It's already Dean Ambrose has it on SmackDown.
I know, but I'm saying when it's all said and done, starting, when it's all said and done after Sunday, when it really starts really being Raw versus SmackDown, who's going to have this belt? And I'm interested in seeing that. And I have a gut feeling where they're going to go with this.
Oh boy, we got another match coming up. Doing a little bit of tweeting here, y'all. Make sure we can get some other people in here.
All right, so I guess this is a question for the crowd that's listening to us. Kevin Owens, based on the first 5 picks so far, Raw or SmackDown?
Well, my biggest thing is he needs to not be with Sami Zayn. This is a legitimate way to end that feud. But if I just had to pick based on the drafts, I mean, there's a lot of intrigue with both AJ Styles and Finn Balor. But Raw already has a top heel, so I think SmackDown's a better look for him. Because Raw has 2 top heels with Seth Rollins and Charlotte, and then one babyface with I can't even say babyface with Finn Balor because he's been playing the heel in his last couple of matches. So yeah.
So yeah.
He said,
I don't know.
That's now top pick too. Right on. You keep sending questions, and I'm gonna end up just getting you in here. To read this question now, I'm not sure if everybody can see the question, but it's been suggested that we'd like to see Cedric Alexander bring the CWC medal to Nova Pro Wrestling this year. I mean, that's exactly what it should be. It needs to be something that can be taken around freely, and if not defended with a belt, but now that the cruiserweights are brought back up on the Raw, then it does need to be a trophy that can brag that you've been here and that you've won it, and that is respected on the indie scene.
What are you guys talking about? I just got back on.
So I guess the next pick, Raw has the next pick, correct?
I mean, I'm wondering how that works. So like, Raw gets 2 in a row every 2 pairs of picks. They then get 2 in a row, or does SmackDown go next, then Raw, then SmackDown, then Raw, Raw again? Like, how does that work? I feel like SmackDown's getting double gypped if they get to go twice in a row.
Oh yeah, because they get the later picks from early, and
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I assume it'll just be the same cycle. It'll be Raw, SmackDown, Raw, and then they take a break.
Yeah, or maybe that format was for the supplemental draft. I mean, I don't know. But again, like last night, my biggest question was, okay, technically these shows are both 2 hours. However, Raw gets the cruiserweights, which cruiserweights aren't going to be drafted because they can't go on both shows, considering that they're only going to be on display on Raw, which means that technically every cruiserweight from maybe either the CWC or people that are qualified for the cruiserweight division will get to be on Raw. So you get that group of amount of people for free, then you get drafted people, and you get more than SmackDown, which makes it almost like a 3-to-1 ratio, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You would think it's a cruiserweight thing, then it should even it out, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested in these next few picks because now I'm just like, what's gonna go on?
All right, here's the picks.
All right, here we go, Mr. Reporting live from where are you reporting live from, Aaron?
So I guess Raw gets the next draft pick.
Yeah. Don't blow it, Aaron. Don't.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah, I did.
Roman Reigns to Raw. You just 2 Chainz just laughing. All right, so I'm going to call next that they're going to take. Oh gosh.
I'm calling
Cena or Orton.
I think Cena.
Let me go ahead and wrap my brain real quick with this next pick.
Yeah. Told you. John Cena. I did not see him going to SmackDown. That's kind of big.
Yeah.
You know what? I did see him going to SmackDown.
Again, we've seen this from a long way, but see, the difference now is that John Cena is still the super face. Roman Reigns' face value has been destroyed. Any chance of him being a super face now?
Yeah, okay.
Why am I not surprised?
You shouldn't be surprised. Of course he was going to be on Raw.
So they just didn't all the controversial picks. So right now, the Raw's looking like the Cincinnati Bengals, who don't care what off-field issues you have, they still pick you. Talent is there. Talent speaks over what's happening, huh?
Yes.
Those 2 dudes are ineligible right now. Todd Machine.
They didn't have a bunch of suspended guys.
Now, who is the pick here?
Yep. Not surprised.
Yeah.
And now that match has a brand versus brand feel at SummerSlam between Brock and Orton.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even think about that in perspective to that is a brand versus brand show. So that type of match. So that absolutely means that Sasha Banks and her mystery partner will be on the same show and drafted tonight. Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke. Here you go. I'm just playing.
Oh, man.
Stephanie.
So this is, just so we're clear, this is going chalk for that house show that they're advertising locally here. Roman, Seth, and the New Day are all advertised for that show, and they're all on Raw, which means we can potentially expect Natty and Becky Lynch to end up on Raw.
Hashtag don't break up the New Days in full effect and has been successfully completed.
That's good.
This is interesting because, I mean, if they're already advertising basically the who's going to be on the Raw tour to ticket people, and it's just like, okay, what's the point of this if we already heard this?
Well, from here on out, like, it should be a little more interesting. See, this is like, I think everyone that went to whatever show they did didn't surprise me thus far, except for maybe Cena. Like, I kind of saw him stay on Raw, but now we're going to get into some interesting picks, because look at who's still on the board. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Rusev. I mean, everyone in this match right now is still on the board. Then you still have Sasha on the board, and you have a bunch more NXT picks coming up.
The Miz.
Balor was obviously going to go high because he's looked at as a legit superstar already. Interesting to see what else happens the rest of the show. This is the part of the draft I'm excited for.
Yeah, so basically the big guns have been drafted. based on power rankings of respect. Like those guys have been drafted.
All the top guys have been drafted. Yeah.
I'm actually this Raw show is actually kind of interesting. Now that I think about it.
I mean, Raw is clearly winning, but it was designed so Raw would win the draft, right?
Yeah, which sucks for SmackDown if they want people to come watch it.
But again, this is what I'm saying. Watch Raw draft a lot of like established people like Sheamus and Del Rio, and then Shane's like, "That's fine. I'm gonna take Sami Zayn. I'm gonna take, Samoa Joe or the Club or, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. This is the part of the draft that's gonna be fun because it's kind of like it's a statement on where they see their top talent in terms of like who's higher than who, and you're going to see probably who they're going to try and push. I think maybe someone like a Kevin Owens goes on SmackDown because obviously Raw at this point has a lot of weight at the top. If Kevin Owens goes there, he's not even trying to get in the title picture now. You know what I'm saying?
Now what I think is funny right now, and I hate to say this, and I'm going to sound very typical right now. How they kept Roman Reigns and Cena apart from each other.
Yeah, I mean, there's money to be there. You have to keep them apart. So, all right. Yeah, it's pretty chalk so far.
Y'all hear about this fight that happened backstage?
What do you mean?
They said a fight broke out between multiple sources confirmed that Sin Cara and Simon Gotch have got to a fight before SmackDown tonight.
Like a shoot?
No, like real.
Like a shoot fight?
Yeah.
Ooh. Did you hear the other news about Brock Lesnar?
What?
So it was confirmed that estrogen blocker that Jones got busted for. That's what Brock apparently got popped for as well, and he tested positive for it within the fight window. They'd test him on fight day within 12 hours before the fight and within 12 hours after the fight, and he got popped for both of those, so they confirmed that he did do something, and apparently it was this estrogen blocker, and what I read was it's very typical that if you're on steroids, you cycle off of it with that drug.
All right.
Yeah. So
that whole thing about him saying that it was probably his inhaler is just out of the question, right?
Yeah. Dude, I don't care about any of the matches tonight, by the way. They should really just have done this like a straight draft and no match.
Make Darian great.
I am excited for the title match, so I think Seth's winning the title.
So we do got two champions on Raw, one on SmackDown. Is The Miz the next pick here for SmackDown?
I see Rusev going to Raw and on SmackDown.
Wow. I cannot believe Finn Balor has went this high. I mean,
y'all are actually surprised. I'm not surprised by this Finn Balor pick.
I mean, I'm just thinking about if it's us drafting and us being creative. Yeah, of course. But looking at is that the crossface?
Yes, it is.
The chicken wing.
But looking at the draft besides Finn Balor, I mean, would you take Finn Balor with Brock Lesnar? You know what I mean? It's either, I don't know. It seems to be like a popularity type of sensible picks, but.
Oh, here's the deal. Finn Balor's going to be there every week. Brock's not. You have to think about how they're valuing the picks.
And you also gotta think that eventually Finn Balor is going to be the face some way, somehow.
It's going to be harder to picture that with him being on Raw.
With Roman Reigns.
With Roman and Seth there, and Brock.
Well, you know what? Now I feel like you have no choice but to turn Roman full heel.
I think you have to, but they're stubborn.
And I think he'll make a 10 times way better heel than anything.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to log back off, and I'll be back on again. Okay, guys?
Peace out.
Man, oh, man. I mean, we have a lot of talent. We still have, Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family still on the board. It's a lot of talent left on here. And I do agree that SmackDown might have a little bit more new era-ish feel when it comes to the mid cards.
Yeah, I don't know. This next pick is really going to set the tone here, no question. Send out some tweets real quick.
I'm interested for real, for real. This is crazy.
Balor to Raw is trending, and Hill to the Redskins is trending. What happened over there?
So their number one super fan, what's his name, Chief Z, he died. The black dude that always come to every single Redskins game.
I'm not sure. Hold on.
Yeah, he died.
Oh, right. Why you say the one that dressed? You said black guy. I'm just thinking like any regular fan. Oh, the that dress with the Native American.
Yeah.
Now again, if I had said Indian, that probably would have been racist. But if I had said Redskin, that was already racist. So
Uh,
say that Washington established football team, super fan. He's Chief Z.
Man. Well, I'm excited for Battleground Sunday. I'll be in the building.
We're in the building. We're in the building.
So we'll see. Battleground's gonna set the tone for everything. Where the WWE belt's gonna go. That's the main thing. I mean, the other thing is just little tit for tat. The Miz ain't gonna lose the title, so.
Yeah, there's no monumental changes happening here. Besides, where people are getting drafted, and that's all that matters. So all these matches need to cease. They're doing a good job.
They got filling time.
They're doing a good job keeping us invested by making it the whole time.
Yeah. They got filling time. If they don't fill it in time, then it's just a waste.
They really could have did this really cool by making Top Mache, by making Morrow like Top Mache, since he has that type of presence to be able to speak to wrestlers like whole establishment and career, instead of just how Michael Cole was so narrow and off the paper.
Yeah. All right, so we have
again, they keep saying the Wyatt family is on the board, but they're not listing them as a stable. Now they have defended as a tag team. Obviously, the Wyatt family, the name is a stable. Interesting.
This is gonna be crazy. Crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm not buying a Raw shirt or a SmackDown shirt, and I know it's $25. Actually, I'm not even going to assume. I'm just going to go look right now. I'm not buying that.
Oh, man.
What? They got new Finn Balor shirts already.
For real, what it say? What it look like?
It says, is there any way I can get it here by Sunday? It says Finn Balor, the Demon Arrival. I like it. Anyway, the Raw shirts and SmackDown shirts are listed as $25. Yeah. And
Ain't Raw. Hold on. Ain't Raw in Baltimore Monday?
when?
This Monday.
Probably. I mean, it makes sense. That's how they typically do it. I like the shirt. Now, before this draft was announced, everybody felt like Finn Balor was going to make his debut on one of the biggest shows ever, or maybe a pay-per-view. Oh man, the Finn Balor shirt. Hold on, I know they sold out already. Oh no, it's not.
I'm gonna say they just put that joint on there probably like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Man, this is crazy.
But what I'm saying was because the fact that this happened and not to what we at first kind of booked what we thought will happen with Finn Balor. Do you think that him being drafted this high is as big as a deal if he had made his debut at such as say the Raw after SummerSlam or at SummerSlam or I don't know Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber or whatever it may have been? Do you think any of those platforms? You think this was could have been? You think this is as big as that would have been?
No, I think that it would have been a bigger effect if he had a debut at a big pay-per-view. I mean, you're basically debuting him, and I can see why they're doing it. They're basically introducing the new era, so I can see why they're doing it. He's probably gonna be on Raw starting next week, introduced, but I think it'll be more of an effect with SummerSlam. And another thing, like I'm kind of surprised actually throughout this whole process. I'm actually surprised that they actually went through with the brand split before SummerSlam.
And the other biggest surprise is I'm surprised they even announced that this was going to happen so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been waiting for this forever,
So it's a lot of stuff that could have been better. I mean,
And Balor
but hey,
posted himself at the Performance Center with a Raw shirt.
But I ain't creative. If I was creative, then we'll have our ratings wouldn't dip every week at all.
Do you think Bray Wyatt being separated from the Wyatt family legitimizes his solo run?
I don't know what they're gonna do with Bray Wyatt, and that's the thing that scares me. He's probably, if not the best talker on the roster, and it's kind of makes me wonder, like, what are you going to do with him? Like, you basically bury him every few days in. So, like, how can I take him serious right now versus the New Day? I'm still waiting to see Sister Abigail. Where's she at?
Oh, well, she was in that
I know
little wooden thing, whatever that was called again.
Yeah, I know she was in there, but when she gonna come in? She gonna come in after the brand split? Oh, they gonna introduce Sister Abigail? Because I mean, it's been what, 2 years? We still haven't seen her.
What if everybody besides Bray Wyatt get put on the show, and then he does feel like he does need to have some type of ring manager? That then they were absolutely introduce Sister Abigail. She's a thing. That's really happened. That's really a thing. So we should be seeing it at some point.
Yeah. And I keep hearing who it is. I forgot who it is, but I keep hearing. I know they rumored someone to be it already.
Mm.
And the funny part is, the perfect person who I think would make more sense to anybody is Paige. Like, I think Paige would make a perfect Sister Abigail, but they're not gonna put that in her, because guess what? Their job is to bury her somewhere on the roster.
She's in love right now. That's all that matters. She's in love. You know what's so funny? That she was so in like she's so like anti-love on Total Divas with the other guy. Now she's just so in love with Alberto Del Rio. He must have. Yeah, he must have gave her that. He must have gave her that bean burrito.
I don't know.
It's some sriracha sauce on that. Yeah.
It's funny. It's a funny because that's a big age difference too.
To answer another question, Heath Slater took a shot above his eye at an indie show and received 16 stitches from it. As far as what type of blow, I think it was a knee, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, monstrous. Looked like he had a UFC fight himself. But yeah, gruesome. And speaking of Heath Slater, what you think happens to Social Outcast? I mean, finally the three guys got something to do, but do you think they get split again? How about this? How about Heath Slater to Raw to compete in the cruiserweight division?
Oh wow! You know what's so funny? So now that I'm looking at this promo for this triple threat, and I get to thinking, I kind of figure who's gonna win now.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, because you gotta think about it. Everyone has had their shine. You had Seth Rollins steal it from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Then this one you have Dean Ambrose steal it from Seth Rollins. It has to like come to full circle and Roman Reigns get it. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me overthinking it, but it makes sense.
Finn Balor Finn Balor Twitter page is hilarious. He just FaceTimed his parents to let him know he got drafted.
NFL draft. Mom, I just got drafted.
Oh man!
They should have. He should have had this. He should have had a shirt on the back that said Balor. Number 3.
Hey, you know what? Instead of shirts, why didn't they give him hats? That would have been cool.
Well, you draft that. You know, it'd been even better if they came across the stage and shook hands.
Ooh, did you see the new Finn Balor shirt that came out?
Just talked about it.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Niger thought it was sold out already.
Did you try and buy it already, Niger?
Nah, I'm about to. I want to see if there's any promotions that come on afterwards. You know, they always give some type of sales.
I'm so pumped that he's on Raw because if that's who's touring for that house show in my area, that's going to be awesome. Because, like, the last time they were in town with Rollins, it was a SmackDown taping, and he cut, like, a heel promo just for the crowd on the Tron before he came out. He was wrestling, ironically enough, Dean Ambrose in the main event. And he was like, "Hello, Quad Cities." He's like, "I'm so glad to be WWE champion because then I can get out of this crap hole." He was like, the crowd didn't really turn on him though. I was like, "I know it's terrible here."
So anyway,
so we should get some picks next year, right?
What?
We should be getting some picks here, right?
Yeah, soon. We're about an hour in recording right now. There's only been about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks. Raw brand is looking really good right now. SmackDown is being headed. Well, SmackDown looks pretty strong too. Again, Randy Orton hasn't wrestled in a while, but everybody got to remember how legitimate he is. And his WrestleMania moment of the year before last was probably one of the best spots ever. So it would definitely be good to see Randy Orton back as a top guy as he's been drafted and to mesh up the top spots for the WWE champion. Now, based on how it is right now, Dean Ambrose has the title on SmackDown. Does this put AJ Styles in a position again to make a run for the belt?
Yes. Well, the SmackDown belt, yeah. You know Dean's not coming out of Sunday with that belt, fellas. I'm sorry to tell you.
We know that. We all know it's coming out
It'd be
Sunday with the
Roman.
belt.
That'd be hilarious.
It is going to be Roman Reigns. I'm calling it.
Why is Kane coming out?
Man, I'm about to take it.
Kane is going, Kane
Again,
is going to be drafted.
no matter what's happening tonight, it's somehow, some way, this is still SmackDown. Kane is on SmackDown because I haven't seen him in forever.
Wait, the DMs and stuff are out there, but they're like having a match.
I looked over real quick, and I was like, I thought Ryback was about to come out. Mr. Relevant tonight will be Ryback.
I love that Kevin Owens is coming out yelling that he hasn't been drafted yet.
You going to draft me?
You haven't drafted me yet?
D-Man.
You a punk.
Hey, I kind of like him now. It's funny. I think he's just funny.
Kevin Owens, like,
You like him?
Cause he's funny. I just look at him, he just laugh.
oh, he's gonna start beating up Kevin
God.
Owens.
Anybody seen this coming?
This is
And
great.
this is funny.
I could watch them wail at each other all day. Let's see
Hey,
King slam both of them.
Ooh. I thought he was about to pin him. I was about to walk out my room.
Hey, why is Kane just standing there looking like he?
Because he's gonna choke slam everybody, like I said.
Oh yeah, it's so predictable.
Gosh, Kevin Owens is so short compared to Kane. I told you, man, double choke slam.
That effectively been executed.
They're up there like, we gotta draft these two guys away from each other. Watch.
Kane is the next pick.
And then they're both like, I don't want to draft Kevin Owens. He's hard to deal with. He's a jerk.
Kevin Owens is funny.
When do you think we get a punter/announcer kick?
Supplemental draft.
Yeah, and it has to be Corey Graves, number one.
Nah, he's not the best. The
All right,
best.
here we go.
All right, here we go, y'all. Time for the next pick. I thought it was SmackDown.
Nah.
Wow. I thought KO would have went before Sami Zayn. Cool, Sami Zayn's going to be coming to the house show now.
Let's go.
So then Kevin Owens to SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Now, Baron Corbin is the next pick here. Write it in the book.
Ooh.
Wow.
By himself. Now,
Well,
again,
yeah, the Wyatt's not together. They said that.
right, I'm about to say, again, it's been noted by the rules that they were by themselves, but Lita and everybody else on the pre-show on WWE Network kept calling them as a stable, the Wyatt family. So,
These are terrible notes.
if they stuck to the rules. See? Again.
Sasha Banks?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Wow. Shane
Wow.
McMahon has dropped the ball there.
Wow.
Now,
So is like the women's division going to pretty much be on Raw now, or what's going on?
I mean,
I don't know. I think you know what I think. I know who's going to be on SmackDown now. The female John Cena.
We're all aware of your weird fascination with the women. Oh. Becky Lynch on SmackDown.
you have to put Bailey on SmackDown now. I
Yeah,
mean,
you have to.
Bailey and John Cena on the same show? Jeez. Jeez. But, you know, we don't know. We'll see what happens. Because they're Raw is shooting for the fences right now.
Yeah.
All right, so now Raw gets one more pick.
So that's how Raw's get their 2 picks. Every time they come to a break, Raw picks first.
What's he doing? Is that a garbage bag?
You get me?
Oh, it's his briefcase. He's
Every
changing
time
it.
Raw gets the last pick, they pick first on the next round, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
What type of laptop is that? You think that's a Mac and it's just covered up?
Because I got the Apple covered.
Is that the anonymous general manager?
Who are they chanting for?
What the hell?
Jericho.
That's a good pick. The guy's been doing work and has been relevant since he was quote unquote part time, you know?
Well, I guess I just assumed he would end up on Raw, and it's just kind of like, meh, okay.
You know, I'm surprised that Kevin Owens is still out there.
I know. Maybe he's just gonna like throw a fit backstage and use him in dress.
This is funny that Kevin Owens is still out there.
Oh man, oh man. Wow, Sasha Banks and Charlotte on the same show. That automatically. I mean, what does that say for Becky Lynch in a title run again?
It says very little, is what it says, my friend. Yeah. All right. I'll be back again, fellas.
In and out. In and out. Yeah, we're going Tuesday. What does that also speak to her mystery partner, you know?
I don't know.
Just checking our social media accounts since we're on a little bit of a break. Oh boy. Well, I guess it's a good time to see who's still left on the board. Kevin Owens is surprisingly still there. NXT, I'm expecting Ranger to get picked. There's only been one tag team pick. You back to this again? Sasha Banks for the IC title 2017.
For real though. I already know who's saying that, so you had to do. I already know.
I'm getting hungry myself. Talking about Hot Pockets. I refuse to eat like I'm in college anymore. So not being consistent.
This is crazy, yeah.
Getting attacked by the puppy. Oh, this commercial killing me.
Put in some commercials within his 2 hours.
But again, I mean, hopefully this is, you know. Uh, but again, hopefully, with the roster that's given here, I mean, SmackDown needs to be a little bit stronger in order to legitimately make wrestlers want to be able to watch wrestling again back on Tuesday. Wrestling fans back on Tuesday, considering that Raw's really, really interesting. I mean, first of all, right now, if you look at Raw, Finn Balor being on the roster alone is interesting for people to say, like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen with that. SmackDown seems to be being booked as a SmackDown show again with all the top baby faces. But Tasha Banks not going to SmackDown. I mean, I was almost certain that was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm surprised they kept her and Charlotte on the same brand.
When is my girl Eva Marie going to get drafted? She going to Raw. There's no way she's going anywhere else. All right, here we go. All right, yeah, here we go. We look at the top available, the Big Show. The Big Show over Sheamus.
That's so disrespectful. They really been all disrespect right there.
I mean, I was about to say Rusev not. Yeah, Rusev up there.
You know what's so funny? Like,
Mm-mm-mm.
I like Dana Brooke.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. We'll be that person. But I mean, look, obviously Becky Lynch seems to be a okay pick there, but I hope this is more exciting than an obvious choice. It better be somebody drafted. So hold on, you know what? Let me take a look at the battleground card real quick. Let's see if this draft is going accordingly to it being a specific. Oh no, it can't be because there's Shield Triple Threat. No, same as Amy yeah, nah. Yeah, I said last night that Mojo Raleigh seems to be a safe pick because of the fact that you can solidify a tag team back with Zack Ryder and the Hype Bros to a show. But will it happen? No, I wouldn't dare waste him as an NXT pick. Now, granted, they say only 6 NXT picks can happen. I'm not sure if that's 3 for 3 or just 6 total, where one show can overload and have more than the other. But only one has happened so far. I'm interested to see where SmackDown goes with their NXT pick. I would think that American Alpha will be on the radar. I think Bailey, obviously, and I don't know. Will they go as crazy as going for Oscar?
Both got on Raw shirts. I'm surprised that they're still together. I'm shocked. But hold on.
I am shocked. I will say that. I am shocked.
Hold on.
Dana Brooke. Okay, so each commercial break is considered a round. Just for them to confirm that. Jeez. Why does this match even make sense? You know. Whatever. Do some more tweeting since my fellow comrades decided they had better things to do right now. Dana White is trending. I wonder what this is about. Dana White said he wasn't a political guy. No, that is irrelevant. Bank statement. And this match should be over. Ooh, now let's get some picks going. I think Dana Brooke needs to go to the opposite show of Charlotte. Obviously, her being in that stable was the result of Emma being hurt, but it kind of seemed forced. But at this point, she just needs to just be. They need to be separated. Charlotte needs her to continue her solo run. Oh, she needs to have her solo run now that Ric Flair is gone. And Dana Brooke, obviously, I hope didn't get brought up on the main roster just to be somebody's manager or buddy, whatever it may be. What is that gang sign she's throwing up? All right, here we go with the next pick.
For our next draft pick, Raw selects United States champion Rusev with Lana. Oh, that is a great pick right there.
Even he didn't sound too excited about that pick, but everybody wins with Lana. So wow. Okay, SmackDown. Time for you to build a show for us to want to watch.
I kind of hate to be doing this, but we need the Intercontinental Championship. SmackDown Live's next pick is The Miz and Maurice. Yes.
That's right. Raw is dictating the draft right now.
Hold on. So who did Raw pick?
Rusev and SmackDown took The Miz.
Are you serious? Hey, what's the point of me watching SmackDown again?
Not looking good right now.
There's no point of me watching SmackDown. None.
It is not looking good.
Absolutely none. No point of me watching SmackDown. I'm kind of upset right now.
Wow.
Is it me or I'm just not excited for this draft right now no more?
Nah, you're still excited, but they're just devastated about those picks. I cannot believe how Raw's loading up. First of all, the 2-for-1 or the 3-for-1 deals is not fair, whatever it is.
I can see why they do it, but it's the simple fact that Raw is just taking basically everyone. Oh, wow. Wow, for real? Come on. Come on, 2 Chainz. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on, 2 Chainz. Come on, man. Raw's not loading up.
Raw is loading up. Raw's looking like the Yankees out here. and they're not separated, which was the pick I thought may have the team I might have thought it got separated. But
Yeah, I'm starting to come to the conclusion that I don't know what to think right now.
Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Becky Lynch, and wow, yeah, Cesaro's still on the board. Yeah, it doesn't even matter now. Like,
Yo,
I'm just wow.
So Raw is pretty much killing it right now.
Huh?
I'm about to play some Pokemon Go.
You know what? If I'm gonna sit through one more round of this draft, right? If I'm not impressed, I think I'm just gonna call it a night because this is ridiculous right now.
What didn't you like about that round?
The Finn Balor shirt does not ship until August 12th.
Dude, that shirt's tight though.
That's first of all. Do you see how Raw is just stacking up right now?
It's pretty. I mean, it's a 3-hour show, but yeah, like the Enzo and Cass pick, and then the Kevin Owens pick really set it over the top because I thought KO was going to SmackDown for sure. I love Baron Corbin on SmackDown though. Here's how you need to think of it though. Whoever goes to SmackDown, they're gonna get so much more attention than they would on Raw in terms of being in the title picture and being like a big attraction. Baron Corbin's gonna be huge. You can see him feuding with John Cena this fall. And who else did they just take? They just took The Miz. The Miz is gonna be great on SmackDown. The Miz might be like the top heel on SmackDown after AJ.
So basically, what we're trying to say is Sami Zayn versus KO is it's gonna be a never-ending feud.
Pretty much. The other thing to think about too is look at all these matches Finn Balor could potentially have. Finn Balor KO, Finn Balor Sami Zayn again, Finn Balor Seth Rollins, Finn Balor Roman Reigns. Like that's not bad.
What you mean it's not bad? All those are main events at pay-per-views potentially.
That's right. Now here's my question: who's the next NXT person off the board? Shane needs to do something to shake it up because he's getting smoked right now.
First of all, Shane has got to pick the club. There's no question, and he has to pick. Like,
The club's gonna not be a lottery pick though. Like by that I mean like in one of the main rounds. The club's gonna be a supplemental pick.
He also, I'm sorry, but he's gonna have to drop Hiroshima, and he's gonna have to go after like Nakamura. That's
what I just told my wife. I said Shane needs to take Nakamura or Samoa Joe here. Coming up.
He has to do something because right now, unless he drops a bomb, I'm gonna be watching.
No, hold on though. How much would you mark out if he says with the next pick in the WWE draft, SmackDown selects like Kurt Angle? Right? Like, I feel like we still have one of those coming where Steph's like, I didn't know they were eligible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way like Raw's been killing it the whole time, they're just building up so Shane can get a pop with some like crazy pick.
It has to be some crazy pick because right now, Raw's just. I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, well, I know I'm going to watch Raw every week.
Well, dude, the other thing is they have no tag teams and one woman on SmackDown.
Yeah, I just went over that. Yeah, only yeah.
I'm recording this part, by the way. I like every time I come in, I'm trying to top picks. Yeah, that's stellar. Look at the top picks for Raw that they're putting on the screen now.
That is ridiculous. You see that? That is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, man. Look at this now. Go ahead, let's see.
That whole
Rusev, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho. Like Raw's killing it. It's not even fair. But now look at the SmackDown roster. You got Dean, Bray, AJ, Cena, Orton, Baron Corbin, Miz. Like that's not bad for what you would expect. And Cena's exclusive to SmackDown, so you know they're going to be a big Cena thing every week. I think Cena AJ for the SmackDown title at SummerSlam would be really cool.
Just not a
Jericho,
fan.
he just looks like so. Yeah.
Man, I can tell you these rosters look good, but any injury, yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, that's the thing. SmackDown needs to stay healthy, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll be back again.
This is crazy.
Are they really? Wow, that's amazing. That's surprising to me.
We conducted a tire blind test.
Yeah. Don't you love when pop-ups just come out of nowhere? All I'm trying to just look at is what in the world can the SmackDown brand do? They have got.
They need a miracle right now. Like, they need a home run hitter.
But that brings up a good point. You know, with SmackDown not being such a powerhouse show, it does give other talent a chance to shine. I think this is a great platform for Ty Dillinger to be brought up and do his thing. No, you know what though? This is a good platform for like Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, like all those type of like TNA people that just came out and with NXT kind of sort of just lingered around a little bit. But now have a prime roster spot on like established television that they haven't had in a while. Yeah, I don't think this is such a bad thing at all, huh? I'm just going to turn to ESPN just to see if draft results may just be on the bottom up here.
Inside, Kaiser left it a little bit short, but ping pong's on the wheel. Catching Scott, slow by Beard. The middle of the floor, that's where it's needed catching likes to function. That was
WNBA action.
Revolutionize Monday Night Raw starting next Monday night live here on the USA Network. You can only imagine what they have in store for us. Well, the same is true of SmackDown. I mean, SmackDown live now on Tuesday nights here on USA. Oh, Sorrow is crushed on that top turnbuckle. Oh, man. Oh. And of course, the competition that's going to develop between Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. I mean, everything from merchandise sales to selling out arenas to television ratings. Ratings. That's a new definition to new era. Here at WWE. Commentators trolling each other on Twitter. Right, exactly.
Twitter's hilarious right now. I have to say that.
And Cesaro Jericho again, the veteran, pulling off Frankensteiner at this stage of his career. So he's reinventing himself. I can't wait to see what Jericho has in store as he heads to Monday Night Raw. As you know, what the biggest question on everyone's mind is, if we're going back or get blocked, where are all the announcers going to wind up? I mean, are we going to wind up on Raw or SmackDown?
Wow, I don't know.
Saying there ain't no uppercut party because an uppercut party don't stop it. Any party better than an uppercut party, even a farewell party. Oh, that's what Jericho's about to have for Cesaro. Oh, we have a light so well scouted. Oh, watch the light swing from the second row.
If Mauro, what type of pin was that? If Mauro goes to Raw, it's not even fair. Like, no. And Byron Saxton and Michael Cole needs to definitely be separated, like by all means. So you mean so stuff is being showed on the network right now? Is it just reactions after being drafted, or is it they're not showing picks as well? Otherwise, I'll cut this off if I don't gotta watch the matches. Anyway, I hope some matches up. I mean, some draft picks are coming up here. Cesaro has been jobbing.
Experience matters. Experience was successful this time against Cesaro.
I think all matches have averaged at about 30 minutes tonight. Not another commercial. This is feeling like Hulu. Ah, boy, oh boy. I'm looking for a surprise pick. Shane been talking a lot over the last couple of months about how he's going to change everything. Yet his draft picks is not backing that up. Cesaro has to go to SmackDown as well too. I mean, maybe finally give him the platform he can finally shine with literally no holdbacks at all.
Did you need the box on the bill again? And he goes, yeah. Might as well put him to good use. I don't know how it could be exploding, man. That's commercial made the Johnson Bill win. No shit. Upgrading to a reservoir is 100% less efficient. It's designed by no other razor to protect vegetation. Sorry, shit like
Oh, I need somebody to confirm this. Is Dolph Ziggler dating Dana Brooke? Is this a thing? Have to check some questions here. Okay. Reading, it's more like ESPN coverage of the draft now. Okay. Oh, okay. Not bad.
No matter how you use your data, Verizon's got your back. Introducing your new Verizon plan. Now get 30% more data. No
By the way, I'm loving this live feed.
all on American Flex Network. More setup where you can have everything. Switch to Verizon now.
E-Wayne is back. Y'all have any connection to each other?
Huh?
Now I said your connection sounded like it was struggling.
Oh, nah. I was trying to bring it up on the laptop.
Got about 30 more minutes of the show. Nice.
For the ridiculousness.
I wonder how long this match is going to be. Oh, never mind. Please. The Times was talking all day about how she should get drafted earlier. I don't even see her in sight of being drafted to the supplemental draft. We get some Good night. Good night. Good night. This is over.
Yo, you see this? This is ridiculous.
This is over.
Come on.
This is over.
SmackDown Live is working together opportunity. We are picking the TNT. They are ready, willing, and able. American Alpha, Season 2, and Share. Wow, tremendous. These are studs.
All right. But who are they going to wrestle?
Okay, that's the first one. But I don't know who's gonna wrestle yet, but
Hey, if Bo takes Bailey, this stream is over. I'm cutting this off. This is a wrap.
okay. So I take it that we're gonna have a Balor Club.
They booing the
Okay.
Big Show. Oh man.
I'm surprised the Big Show got picked on the show.
This is an old joke. Dolph Ziggler. Yep. Yep. This is good for Dolph Ziggler. This is good. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. That is a great pick.
It's a great
woman in history.
It's a great pick, but I'm surprised that she's picked before you know who.
No, what did they just say? They said a woman from what in history?
I don't know.
All right, y'all have to excuse me real quick.
This is crazy, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
You like that better now, D-Wayne?
Raw's still just better. You have an American Alpha, but then it's just like
I don't know why
crazy.
or why the Big Show and Dolph Ziggler just got drafted. Here, hold on. I'm gonna push record so we can get some of this. Hold on. Okay, so D-Wayne, you did not like, what was that, round 5? Round 4? Round 5.
First of all, let's talk about how Raw is just killing right now. And it's you think you can just here's my thing. You draft American Alpha, but who are they gonna wrestle?
Yeah, well, maybe some tag teams will have to get formed, or there's other tag teams that still need to get moved. So I'm sure you guys already talked about it on the live feed, but let's get it on the podcast. Finn Balor is going to be rejoined with Anderson and Gallows on Raw because the club got split up tonight.
I know.
That's that was probably in the cards all along. It's weird that they turned AJ Styles heel for like a little run with the club, and now what?
I know. It's kind of weird, very weird. So I'm trying to figure out how it's going to play into this. Actually, I can see why they did it because it actually plays into that whole AJ Styles versus John Cena at SummerSlam thing.
I mean, maybe AJ Styles will just be not necessarily a heel because he doesn't have a stable, more of like just like a dude that's not going to take any guff from anybody. You know what I mean?
Could be.
Where's 2 Chainz at?
I'm here.
Okay, hey man.
Yeah, seems like again, who is American Alpha gonna wrestle? AJ Styles definitely. I hope gets another run at the title. I know, very interesting. There's a lot to debate and talk about after this. And I'm at this point now so devastated about some of these picks. I have no clue on direction. But it is safe to say that SmackDown will be the land of opportunity.
Do you think they're going to do any more picks before this title match? Because like I feel like we should have got more surprises here. Like how did Bayley not get picked yet? And we still haven't seen Cesaro come off the board yet. And who are some other ones that are still on the board? Cesaro,
Sheamus
Del Rio.
Cody Rhodes is going to be at ROH in December.
That's exciting. Who's he facing? Probably Adam Cole, don't you think?
Why not? What if Cody Rhodes joins the Bullet Club?
I mean, that's game over right there.
Best cracked pepper sauce. Folks drips eaten while cold roping.
I didn't definitely say who. I just reposted it on that page.
Yeah. Well, I think we can probably say at this point Raw definitely won, but I mean it was designed so Raw would win. But that's probably going to wrap up the recorded portion of what we put out for our episode tonight.
You said
Kill
what?
that for a second, man. So that's going to wrap the recorded portion for the night. Did you guys have any final comments for the audio version of the podcast before I turn off the recorder?
I mean, I guess there's still a lot more draft to go, so I guess.
Yeah, experimental draft on the. I'm looking at. They got the top available on there right now. Paige, Braun Strowman, Eric Rowan, Zack Ryder, the Natty. A lot of people still come off the board. And all right. Well, this has been another episode of the Big Old Belt Wrestling Podcast, recording live, broadcast. For those of you that tuned in, and we'll get back with you soon. That's the end of the audio version right there. What is that? What are you watching? What is that?
Hey, I just thought about it. Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler on the same show equals more of their matches, and that makes more Sami Zayn and what's the faces?
Yeah, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Well, you guys gonna stay on here through the title match?
There's not going to be any more draft picks?
I don't know.
You think this match is about to go 30 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, that's about how long they gave it on Raw. We'll see. But coming back right now. My wife's laughing at you because your feed's like right behind ours, and it's comical to hear the echo. You know they're going to auction off those flags in the Battleground commercial after the pay-per-view?
Alright, here we go. Let's see.
Yeah, they are doing more picks. Here, hold on. I'm going to turn the recorder back on for this last part. Ooh, Neville.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be in the Cruiserweight division.
Absolutely.
Here, I'm turning the recorder back on. I didn't know there was going to be more picks. So this is bonus content for those of you listening to the audio version after the fact.
Neville, the trigger.
He's going to, him and Zack Sabre Jr. should totally wrestle the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah, the Cody Rhodes is for the final battle in New York. Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Oh, Becky mentioned it. I understand.
Now what?
Excellent choice, gentlemen. As I look around this building, I realize that the finest moment of my career took place here. I'm going to Mars. Here we go.
What are you talking about when he won the title on Raw?
18 years ago, and so my next choice to man, Wendell's been undervalued in our drafts. He's provided great moments before, has plenty more to go. Our next draft today, Cesaro.
Wow, Cesaro to Raw. I didn't see that.
Come on, man.
Just like I'll be watching Monday. Tuning in at 8 to 11.
Okay, so SmackDown needs to do something big here, don't you think?
This is ridiculous. This is horrible.
Don't spoil it, Aaron. Eva Marie.
Ugh. Gross. Del Rio. If Stephanie was smart here, she'd take Bayley.
There will be more picks. There will be more.
There will be more on the network. Dumb.
I know it'd be more on the network, but I'm just so.
It's kind of underwhelming, right?
Well, I guess I'll be watching Raw. Y'all can catch me up for SmackDown.
Sheamus.
His neck is fine and my forearm still hurts. He's as tough as they come. A former world champion.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm done now. That was underwhelming. This is actually the end of the episode now. I'm pushing stop on the recorder. That was underwhelming.
I'm very upset.
Well, let's see how the supplemental plays out, huh, Dwayne?
All right, well, yeah, he said that's the final televised pick. So we're about to end this here. Any last thoughts and anything you want to say before we go off air?
There's only been Balor, Nia Jax, and American Alpha to come from NXT. I guess I just expected more big splashes from the NXT picks, and I expected some returns tonight. But I guess that's maybe it'll be a case of where Shane will go out and sign some people after the fact, kind of like free agent style, how teams do.
Yeah.
It's definitely not done yet. I'm interested to see how the supplemental works out. But the supplemental at this point, if you're just going off of the list of superstars they put out, it's mostly jobbers now at this point.
Yeah, I mean myself too. The draft definitely didn't have any structure, so obviously I feel like this draft was really winged. Maybe they were really real draft picks and not really off the book, But nonetheless, Raw has basically their same brand minus some of their top people, or maybe halftime people, whatever you want to look at it as. But SmackDown didn't do enough to make you want to watch SmackDown. I thought that was ultimately the purpose, is a reason to make you want to watch that show. I don't know. I guess we turn to the network, but as far as recording, that is definitely my final thoughts about it. Underwhelming. Very excited coming into it. A little bit underwhelming. But I'm not going to complain. I'm still going to end up watching them both anyway. So whatever.
Oh yeah, they have us. I'm going to be buying house show tickets for Raw tomorrow, though. That's exciting.
I'm very upset. I feel like there was so much hype for SmackDown, but it's just so underwhelming. I feel like it could be more evenly spread as far as talent. I mean, I understand Raw has 3 hours, but at the end of the day, your ratings are your ratings and your money is your money. You're going to make money. And my thing is, even though you have your big money make on SmackDown, I mean, at the end of the day, you still have a 2-hour show.
Another to all the rules and stuff that was brought up, none of it applied. Nobody's been broken up. There's been no trades. There's been nothing really exciting to say like it was ultimately what we've been waiting for. I mean, y'all gonna pump this months ago. Why not bring it and give it all you got right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, this has been a very exciting experience. It's been our first time recording live. We're definitely going to try more. Try to communicate and expand ourselves in more of a technological way going into the future. But as of right now, this is 2 Chains, and for Aaron and Dwayne of the Big Gold Belt Podcast, we'll definitely catch y'all on our next episode where we'll be previewing Battleground. So thanks for everybody that logged in, questions, and tweeted and everything, and we'll catch y'all the next time.